Knock, knock, knocky on heaven's door. Bye, 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 bye. Knock, knock, knocky on heaven's door.
That was obviously really Axl Rose. He came in.
Yeah.
He just did all that.
Locked in.
I'm Chris.
I'm Kristie.
And this is the Washing Up. And we've just had elimination time in the MasterChef kitchen.
Indeed.
And I mean, I'm a bit sad.
I know, Josh, you were the hero we needed.
You were the hero we needed, Josh, because, look, I...
You just cooked your potatoes right, we wouldn't have Benjamin.
Yeah, I'm not going to... Again, we're not being mean. However, having said that, I have formed an unnatural hatred of Ben.
Mine isn't hatred, it's just more that...
No, for me it's hatred. It's crossed over. It's crossed over. It's crossed that line. I know. I don't like myself for it, but I'm resigned to the fact that it's hatred.
Feel a little dirty.
And I felt really bad. Not for Josh, because let's face it, anyone who decides they're going to attempt Gnocchi in an hour deserves what they get.
Yeah, that was...
But...
ambitious of the wrong start. Jess, ambitious of the right stuff.
Yeah, and...
But we should go back.
We should go right back, because we did leave last time talking about the fact that there'd been a bit of an issue. I put a poll up, actually, on the Washing Up Twitter talking about how have you found this series so far. Mm-hmm. And it was sort of split between it's okay, needs to pick up speed, and not quite as good as expected.
Yeah.
But I have to give them credit.
Mm-hmm.
The night after that was the chance to win the pin.
Yeah, that was a
fantastic episode, and
absolutely.
Sarah just so unlucky.
Knocked it out of the park.
I thought she did a great job, and I actually thought she deserved the pin, but that's me.
Yeah.
Then we had one of the... I like the restaurant challenges. I'm a big fan of those.
Yeah, they're always fun, and particularly, I really liked how that guy pushed them. I can't remember the chef's name. Pushed them, but didn't...
The not Nancy Silverton.
The not Nancy Silverton. Yes.
The most popular tweets.
Cat.
The most popular tweets that I had over the course of the evening were in ad breaks. I was putting up photos of Nancy Silverton's pizza from Mozza and her other restaurants, and they were getting likes more than everything else that I was tweeting. So I knew my audience last night, and it was tweet photos of Nancy Silverton making pizza.
But that said, though, pizzas they put up were really yummy looking. Like, I was up for the one with the balsamic glaze. I was, ready for it.
I know the bases look good. The pizzas look good. It looked good.
Some were a bit soggy. The green teas are a little bit soggy. At least they put up an awesome pasta sauce.
And, exactly what they... At least they put up a pasta sauce. I mean, I don't count that other thing as a pasta sauce. It was a last minute...
It was a deconstructed pasta sauce.
It was deconstructed.
They just didn't understand that, you have to assemble it yourself on the plate.
Sweetie darling.
Yes, sweetie.
Now, this was one of the moments where I think my issues with Ben may have crept over. You see, Ben presented, when he was talking about, though we haven't got a sauce, he didn't present that like we just need to get to this. Ben starts talking like, I'm going to be the saviour we all need. I can do the sauce.
Yes, he essentially turned around, pressed play on I Need a Hero.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Running through the kitchen.
I need a hero.
Yeah. Splashing in the sauce. Yeah. Like, no, we need that. We've only got a little bit of it. Don't splash in the sauce, Ben.
It's just hilarious.
They're getting it out of the beard.
Yeah. Whereas on the other side of things, you just saw Sarah she was like literally pouring love into this pot of arrabbiata. Sorry, I'm high on pain medication. I've got an infected tooth and it is killing me. So if I talk funny than usual, that's why.
So any hilarity we can put down to the medication? Or?
Yes, let's just blame the meds.
Wonderful.
And then her sauce just looked like, you wanted to drown in it.
Well, the thing was, though, she was enjoying every second of that. And you saw her face afterwards when they mentioned the sauce.
Yeah.
And talked about how amazing that pasta sauce was. And you could not wipe the smile off her face.
No, and every single dish, she's popping the pasta in and tossing the sauce through it. And
she's spectacular.
Putting it on the plate with a lot of...
Sarah's really good at any spicy sauces.
Oh, yeah.
So I like this.
She's like the sixth member of the Spice Girls. The one that didn't leave.
Because she never joined up.
Spice.
She's saucy spice because she never joined up.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've called. Apologies, Sarah, but
No, you're saucy spice.
you're now saucy spice.
Own it.
You're going to own it whether you know about it or not. But and I felt for Pia because Pia's pasta looked amazing, and everyone said the pasta tasted really good, but there was just no sauce to go on it.
And she was working that machine and the pasta like it was going out of fashion.
I think I made the comment tonight when Eloise was trying to work out what she was going to cook and went, my brain is working overtime. And I think I may have said on Twitter that it's a shame that if her brain was working overtime last night instead of tonight, she wouldn't be making chips.
Yes.
Because she would have noticed that there was no sauce, which is kind of a really important part to any sort of...
At least she redeemed herself tonight with the chips and the sauce.
Oh, she did. She did a great job with that.
Yeah.
So we move on, and let's raise it now, and we'll talk about it a lot more.
Doing the desserts from...
We'll mention the desserts because we'll mention the desserts, and then that'll also link into the theme of the week, which we have to...
Oh my God.
We have to take on. A few people have been taking this on. Our good friend, Beck Popchi, friend of the show, has been taking this to task quite handily. So's Anne Krypton, another friend of the show, and a few other people in particular have been taking the home cooking aspect to task.
I know, because, we all have warming drawers.
Yeah, I believe Matt tonight in his...
With the nuggets, when you're cooking your nuggets, just pop them in the warming drawer.
Yep, everyone, in your warming drawers, remember, you've all got the warming drawer. Now get your chili oil out.
Yeah.
And if you've got your chili oil and...
Oh, no, it was hazelnut oil.
but there was chili oil as well in...
That's right, George's, yeah. Chili
George
oil.
George or Gary, one of them.
Yeah. And hazelnut
the one that
oil
underpays your
Gary's.
stuff. Anyway.
My warming drawer, usually a fucking tea towel.
Yeah, it's
Pop that over the top.
There you go. Done.
Keep it warm. Oh, is
Done.
that foil I've got there? Pop that over the top. There's my warming drawer.
Warming drawer, oven on really low temperature. But home cooking. I mean, for a start, I didn't think that pizza's home cooking. That'll sort of do. And then they make the completely deconstructed tiramisu, which was amazing and incredible. And full credit to Brian and to Brian and Callan in particular.
Holy shit! Just when they've gone, we've run out of mousse, and Callan's like, "All right, bitches, I'm on it," and bam, mousse.
Like, it was incredible, and it was brilliant, and it was amazing, and it was wonderful. But it's not fucking home cooking.
Yeah,
And not much of home cooking week
was
has really been home cooking.
Like, I don't know anyone who not only makes a pea puree, but then goes to make on a pea custard.
Yeah, so home cooking week. So what I want you to do with your roast chicken right now is I want you to make yourself a pea custard and make it look like Kermit threw up. and let's do that. And yeah, I mean, we mentioned the pea custard the other day, but just home cooking. This has not really been a week of home. Like, chips is the closest thing they did to home cooking.
Oh, and the chips that were coming out of there, some of them were spectacular. Like,
I'm not a fan of polenta, but the polenta chips looked amazing.
Oh, absolutely. Rose Tyler. Sorry, Nicole. You're just Rose Tyler to me now. Your polenta chips look fabo. Aram's barbecue sauce. Whoa. How amazing was that?
There were a few people who rightly pointed out that where were the chips and gravy?
Oh, no, there was a chips and gravy.
Yeah, but like one? Seriously? One?
We can't all do chips and gravy.
Why not?
Because then it would all be chips. It would be chips and gravy week, not chips night. It was about the chips.
It was about the chips, but Pia managed to get through and not in the bottom four by basically making fucking nachos.
Yeah, but at least her chips weren't too as soggy.
No, they were. It was the flavour of the sauces that got it through.
Yeah, but
That and the fact that the other four were complete disaster zones.
Exactly. We had Ben's shitty. He did sweet potato chips.
No, Ben. No. Remember, Ben ignored advice. It's a theme.
Oh, that's
it's
right.
A theme.
And he went with the kifla.
He goes, This was part of okay.
That's right.
This was
and his curry sauce.
This was part of Ben paying homage
to
Germany
with their traditional sauce,
curry. Because when I think Germany, I think curry.
Oh, Mr. Hitler, I've made your favourite for tonight.
I don't know which race we just insulted then, but I'm sorry.
All of them.
All of the
You're
above.
welcome, because it's curry.
Me no Reiki that. So, but like kifla potatoes, and they instantly go, don't think you should be doing that, Ben. And he's like,
They can be a bit waxy. How are they going to be this time of year?
yeah, they can be a bit waxy. And Ben's like, I'm going to go with it. I always use Kiflers. And then they walk away and he goes, I've never used Kiflers before. And do you listen to yourself at all in any way, shape or form? He's so far, every time they've given him... And by the way, they're giving Ben a lot of advice.
And he's just ignoring it. Like, that's why I felt sorry for Josh, because he got advice and took the advice. And still... Okay, he still made gnocchi in an hour. But he at least listened to the advice. But back to the chips. Because
oh my goodness, the chops.
The chops. Oh, quick.
Oh my goodness, the chops.
The chops.
But the chips were... I mean, some people really sort of nailed it. There were a few people that... I mean, Eloise redeemed herself
Yeah.
significantly with the chips. But the bottom four... Of that bottom four, you have, I mean, Mish, who up until she started making that curry, I'm sure that she was applying for Bake Off Australia by mistake.
And she should have.
Because she keeps on dessert. And even when they got to the
Yep.
make anything with potatoes round, and her comment was, I know that I can make myself a dessert out of this. I'm like, don't. And she goes like, but I need to prove I can make savoury. I'm like, yes.
You do.
Yes,
and she did.
And
which
she
is
did.
good.
And she nailed it. And
she's going to have a grandma story. And sometimes I get shitted by grandma stories, but I liked her grandma story.
her grandma story was nice. Her grandma story didn't involve indigo plates.
Yeah, and then I realised that when they showed like a picture of her when she was a little girl, I was already in uni by that time. And I'm like, I'm so fucking old.
Anyway, moving on from that.
Moving on.
So we don't all reminisce about that. As I said, flashback photos do work for me, but the flashback photos don't work when they look like they were taken about 2 years ago.
Yes.
Now, when I was younger, when I was a child, which is technically legally
A year ago.
2 years ago.
That's right, she's 19, isn't she?
Yeah, so that doesn't really work. But Mish was always I felt she was always going to be safe. She just needed to make something savoury, and she did that.
Yeah.
You've got...
And it looked delish.
And then you've had the amazing and incredible fritters that were being made. They were out of this world.
That was Jess's?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jess. Like, I felt for her in the first round because she had this beautiful idea, but you just saw her kind of doubt herself.
Yep.
And they were absolutely right when they said you should have put up these crisps. If we had these over these, it would have been much better. But that dessert, you could just see her hammering.
As Matt said afterwards, there's taking a lot on board the right way and the wrong way, and what Jess did was the right way.
Absolutely.
And like you could tell when Matt went to her bench jeering it, and normally they go, you're doing too much, and they walk away. Matt went, you're doing a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
And she paused, and he went, no. It's in a good way. You can do this.
Yeah.
And walked away from her.
Absolutely.
And she just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
And then you had Ben and Josh, who were sort of... I don't want to say they were tunnelling to see who could, get lower. But they were kind of tunnelling to see who could get lower a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was that it got fixated on one idea and committed to it and really committed to it.
Yeah, I felt that Josh sort of panicked.
Yeah.
I think he picked Gnocchi. He then panicked about picking Gnocchi. He then really didn't have a way to redeem himself.
No.
So he sort of got to this point where he was like, I guess I've got to go with the Gnocchi. I don't have a chance to do anything else.
I'm surprised no one banged out a really awesome potato bake. Because you could do that within an hour, like a really delicious...
And again, the episode was about home cooking.
Exactly.
You could have tried to do something like that.
But you can still fancy it up. You can put a beautiful sauce with it. You can pancetta it. You can do so much stuff. It's just...
If Sarah was cooking, no doubt she could have found a really spicy sauce to put over the top of them to make them, really special.
I did tweet out to Sarah and say, hey, what would you have done for chip night? But she's obviously enjoying some actual chips tonight. So
yeah, well, although if you have a look, there are a few of the accounts where I think they've been told by the contestants have been told have a Twitter account,
and then
what they're doing is they're tweeting out like, I can't believe I made this dish. It was wonderful. Yes,
there's someone who's actually got no tweets on their account.
It was along the lines of my not insulting Twitter the other night.
Yes, you had to be you were trying to not
apparently
people.
Yeah, apparently in making fun of the fact that one member of the MasterChef team, who I'm not going to name, may allegedly have not paid people the right amount of money. And again, I'm not going to mention who they are.
May have gone to the soccer and acted like a bit of a hooligan.
Yes, may have. Again, not going to mention who they are. It could have been anyone. Could have been Shannon. He was there.
Yes.
When I made a comment about that, somebody had a go at me. So I then tweeted for the next hour in the most polite manner possible. I believe one of them was...
Laced heavily with sarcasm.
I believe at one point I tweeted, I can't wait to get back to the kitchen. I hope they're all cooking well. And things like that, which killed me. Absolutely killed me. And you were sitting there just watching me struggle with the idea of...
And then you gave up.
Yeah, and then I just gave up and went back to the fact that the chicken was raw. Because it was raw.
It was raw.
But
It was going...
I think overall, I think we've had a big pickup in the series.
Yes, we have.
In the last few episodes, they've sort of got back into a bit more of a gear. I'm starting to notice more and more people. Hipster Boy, for example, tonight wasn't wearing socks.
Where's your socks, Sam?
You know,
Sam, isn't it?
No, it wasn't Sam. It was Hipster Boy, one of the Hipster Boys.
Oh.
It was the guy who's so Newtown. I can't remember.
It's the Viking man.
Kira will kill me for not knowing this.
Oh, Kira.
She will kill me for not knowing this.
That's all
and there
right.
was some. There's been some. You know. There's been a few of them that you're starting to develop a little bit of a personality.
Yeah.
Which has been good. It's been handy to actually start working out what people's names are.
Yeah, there's Pia. There's Dr. Ray tonight looking intently as George was barbecuing that broccoli, and I think he was thinking, how does he stack his vegetables?
He was trying to work out how to stack.
How does he stack this broccoli when there's only one piece of it? And that's what annoyed me too, is like, you know, this is home cooking, okay? You've got a whole thing of broccoli. You're not just going to cut one piece out.
Let's just slice the middle.
For the whole family. It's like, work out a way to use the whole broccoli that everyone can eat.
When I were a young lad, we used to get broccoli, and we used to cut middle that broccoli, and we used to eat like one middle bit of broccoli between all 27 of us.
I'm presuming that's someone from the north of England that's gone to the south of America.
It is now. Anyway, hey, I just needed to respond to your earlier impression, which...
God knows what that is.
I don't know.
I would like to put forward an alternative to Gary's recipe for
Please.
his dessert. Okay, so if real home cooks out there, you want to recreate Gary's dessert, don't bother about going to all that trouble to make the dupes. Let's go buy a packet of them. Alan's has done the work for you. And beetroot, if you need to put beetroot on your dessert.
No, you don't.
Golden Circle have tins of it there. Just go grab one of those.
No, you don't.
Now, you can then use the juice to mix in with, like, just scoop out a bit of the strawberry stripe on your Neapolitana. And you can mix a bit of the beetroot juice in it so it won't go to waste.
Remind me to watch any Neapolitan ice cream that might be in our freezer.
Now, after you've done that, and
It's
you want
very
the
rare, by
chocolate
the
in
way. It's very rare, by the way, that I find food that I don't eat. But beetroot is one of those. So this is killing me right now.
So, you know, and then just bit of Just Right underneath for the muesli. You don't have to go to all that trouble. There's Just Right, there's Sultana brand. You could use, you know, like an actual muesli. That's fine.
Hey, it was nice to see him making crunchy granola. Sweet.
Sweet.
Good Lord. Sorry, that was the one joke that kept me going through the whole of that masterclass, was the idea that after he was getting his granola and going, you want it just to be nice and crunchy. And I was singing Neil Diamond for the rest of it. I'm online going, must find me a Neil Diamond gif.
Now, just to finish off the recipe, chocolate. Well, you've got Nestle, you've got Cadbury, you've got Whittaker's. You can go the home brand, you can get some biscuits. Knock yourselves out. Be inventive. There you go. That's how you do home brand, but a home cook's version of Gary's dish. Easy.
Your talents are wasted.
They are.
You know that?
Yeah. I should write my own book, like the 4 ingredients book, and become famous and go and do like morning TV shows.
Bugger it, buy it at the shops. That's what you're going to call it?
Yes.
Your whole book's going to be called Bugger it, buy it at the shops.
So, fuck this. Too much effort. Made simple.
Fuck this, go to the shops.
Yes. But yet, menu log.
Yet every single recipe in your book is just a menu log link. It's an e-book with a menu log link for everything.
Yes. I can make it into an app.
Why don't we call it menu log? now mastered the art. Well, I mean, that is, to be fair, normally the art of home cooking is menu log. And there was, we were talking about it online during the week, and there was a genuine question of where was the let's order something night. Forget like going to the restaurant and making pizza. Oh, every night you want to go out and have pizza. No. Fucking menu log something and have to recreate it.
Yeah.
You order that kebab from that kebab shop up the road, remake it.
I also wanted to find out if on that, was it the box challenge that earlier this week, if they fucked it up, do they just have to pop down to the local takeaway, pick up some fish and chips, bring it back?
That's what I would have done.
Mummy burnt the toast.
Now, leading into this Sunday.
Yes.
Now this Sunday they're doing an Aussie theme. This Sunday with the box, and it'll be a What's in the Box challenge. So we'll get to sing,
mate. It's Pete's week. We'll get to see.
It's Pete. Oh, it's all Pete.
Because he's a steak man, but he likes broccoli.
I'm a steak man, so this bit of broccoli's a bit, bit girly for me.
I know.
Oh.
How's a man like me to defend his masculinity when I'm being served up veggies? Oh, barbecue it.
By the way, I'm thoroughly convinced that Pete's playing this up.
We still love you, Pete.
To stay on, and we love Pete. We really genuinely do love Pete.
Yeah.
I just get the feeling that he's playing that up a little bit more for the cameras because he figures if I've got a bit of a personality, get a bit more screen time.
Yes.
Bit more screen time.
I'm surprised he's not always shown like one foot up on a hay bale.
I'm a bloke. Here's me ute. So no, he's at the moment. I'm a bloke. Here's me crane. But we're doing a bit of an Aussie themed week coming into this week, and so we're celebrating. We're getting one of Australia's greatest chefs from Attica.
Australia, this is you.
Thank you, Jo Beth Taylor.
You're welcome.
And we're getting Ben Shorey. Now again, a fantastic chef.
You know what?
Attica, an amazing restaurant.
He's as Australian as Crowded House.
He's as Australian as Neil Finn. He's as Australian as John Clark was.
Australian as Russell Crowe and Pavlova.
He sure is. Now, Ben Shorey from that great part of Australia. What's it called? New Zealand. All right, so we're going to open up Australian Week with one of Australia's greatest New Zealand chefs.
It's essentially the other island we have.
Yeah, well, I mean, it almost was a state. It very nearly was.
It's included in our NRL teams.
No, that doesn't count.
Why not? Because we have to play there.
Shouldn't count.
But Perth then shouldn't count if it's that far away.
But Perth then shouldn't count because it's not in the NRL. What do you...
It was at one point.
It was at one point. We're back to the was at one point argument, are we?
Give me some more
Shout out to those North Queensland Crushers fans out there who still vaguely remember it.
Move along, nothing to see here.
Hunter Mariners for life. Anyway, moving on.
Hey, leave the Sydney Kings alone.
Hey, they're back.
Are they?
The NBL is playing again.
Oh, there we go.
Sydney Kings had a great start to the season under Andrew Gaze, who was their coach, before everything fell in a heap.
I'm a big sports ball fan, as you know.
You do love sports. Although basketball is your sports ball.
Oh, look, I used to play it at school, and I was like a defence person because I was really cockeyed. If I wore glasses on the court, I might have been okay.
We were sitting at the pub the other day when the basketball was on, and you were able to tell me what the hell they were doing on the screen.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I know who's playing and what teams they were because
It's rare, because normally when there's sports ball, you're just looking at it going, what? You have fun.
I do have a talent of being able to pick up plays while I'm watching basketball, but I'm not as into it. I haven't been into it since, what's his name? Reggie, what's his face? He was in it.
Reggie, what's his facey?
Yeah, he
Reggie
was.
Miller?
Yes, Reggie Miller.
I like Reggie Miller.
He was
got a lot
cool.
of time for Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
You know who else got a lot of time for?
Who?
Ben Shorey.
Shorey.
And so, by the way, if you haven't, in the lead up to MasterChef, I'll give a bit of a plug because, we've got another podcast. Several of them. If you haven't seen it in the lead up, go and watch his Chef's Table episode.
Absolutely.
It's incredible. Also, if you haven't seen it, go and find the episode of Fuck That's Delicious that he's on.
Oh, yes.
With Action Bronson. In fact, just go and find an episode of Fuck That's Delicious. And watch it and love it and enjoy it and cradle it.
Particularly when he's in Australia. It's just brilliant.
Again, his love of the Attica kitchen knows no bounds. He's mesmerised by Attica.
Yes.
So he genuinely loves it. But yeah, no, there's great ways to sort of get a bit of a run in. It's going to be a rarity for us in terms of when they go, big name chef walks into the kitchen. And we actually know who he is.
We do.
I mean, it's good. Like, the other night was like, the junior chef of the year. And everyone's like, oh, yeah. And they start the nodding. And I love it when they all start nodding. And then they cut to the person who's in the challenge who's like, I've always loved this person. And then they explain it to you as though they're reading it from a cue card. I've always loved this person. He was the junior chef of the year in Victoria for 2016, 2017. His culinary delights include, and there's like this, clearly they're reading it off a cue card, and then they do something like far out, just to make you feel like it's them.
Yes, yes.
It's wonderful the way they do it. There were a few cases this week actually where it felt a little bit like cue card central.
I just don't know how you could get around that and make it authentic because, you know, you don't want to be rude. There's these people coming on and they're
I'd
honestly...
love to see somebody, big name chef, walks into the kitchen and the person who had the challenge goes, who the fuck's that?
I don't know this person, but they sound all right.
Oh, he's probably rich.
They showed me his bio, or her bio.
I looked at her hair. She looks rich. I couldn't afford that haircut. Must be rich.
Must work at some swanky place. Look at the uniform. How many tats have they got? Must be a good chef.
And I'm still a bit confused by the idea that tweezers are seen as being, you know, a fancy bit of equipment. That...
I mean, I look at them as kind of like a disability kind of prop for George because he has really poor fine motor skills. We've all seen that. He's got like, he struggles with cutlery. He has the shakes and stuff, and I presume that's like from nerve damage or something like that. And so these tweezers are like, it's like going up to a person in a wheelchair and taking their wheelchair off them and going, look, it's home cooking week. We can't have anything fancy here. So you're just going to have to make do with crawling on the floor. Like,
so, in order not to make any more Colin Burris jokes, we'll just move on. Because I've got about 10 of them running through my head right now and I don't want to go there. I don't want to be that person.
there's already so many people out there.
There's already a lot of us out there, but... you know, it's a bit of an issue there. So, yeah, we've got an Australian-themed Sunday coming up. I think it's going to be an Australian-themed week. Who the hell knows? Definitely Sunday night with that Kiwi. So that'll be a bit of a doozy to watch out for.
It will.
I'll be interested to see who kicks on a bit. I think I'm hoping that people like Sarah can maintain what they've started. The worry is a lot of the time the people who start off white hot sort of fade a little bit.
Yeah.
Personality-wise, I think people are starting to come into their own. We're also seeing what normally happens where there are people that just hide in the shadows and you won't know who they are until about week 4.
Yeah, it's like, Trent, where did you come from?
Yeah, poor
apart from the Lannisters.
Yeah, poor Trent last year. couldn't get screen time to save himself.
Still love
And first time he got screen time, we're like, no, they might be going home.
Like, don't.
We actually worked out later on it was because they were down to so few people, they needed to give him screen time. And then he won a challenge. So, yay, Trent, we love you.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're starting to see a bit of personality through some of them. For others, we vaguely recognise their face. For others, I believe there was one person, one of them now that is just simply referred to as, he's so Newtown. He's just so Newtown. And again, he didn't wear socks tonight, so... yeah. He's so Newtown. Although there's going to be an OH&S issue there, surely.
All I think is about is blisters. It's like, all like feet smell. Like this. He get back to the house and everyone's just like,
No, Ray treats him. He gives him 17 tons of tinea cream and he's wonderful. He meant 7 grams, but he misheard it slightly.
Whoops. Just ignore my prescription there.
Seriously, I mean it. If Ray is your doctor, he's probably a wonderful doctor and a lovely man.
But
if he is your doctor, please check your script.
No, I realised who Dr. Ray reminds me of, and that's another Dr. Ray from like some early 2000s
when you were showing me that Dr. Ray, and look it up, by the way, people, go onto the Googles, put it into your Google machine.
Dr. Ray plastic surgeon.
Type in Dr. Ray plastic surgeon. I believe the third photo is him in leather pants and a mesh top
with a stethoscope to prove he's a doctor.
Because you're like, I remember this Dr. Ray, and I'm like, and you showed me this thing, and the first thing I noticed is this guy with a stethoscope, leather pants, and a mesh top. And I wasn't sure if, you found the wrong photo or what site you were on. And no, apparently this was that guy.
Yeah, I can't remember what the show was called, but I watched it because, like, I was into crappy TV back in the early 2000s.
You were into mesh shirts?
I was into mesh shirts, yeah. And he's got this, like, they're this really lovely couple, he and his wife, but they're very, very vain and very shallow. And, she was worried about the, like, kitchen that they were buying. Their new house was too small, yet you could fit our whole house into their kitchen. In fact, I think our whole house is the side of their kitchen bench.
Probably.
And I don't think she's ever cooked in her life. So.
No, never been near it. Now, I think the last thing, just to mention, go back to the home cooking idea for home cooking week. And I think the funniest part for me about home cooking week was I did actually watch some TV tonight with some genuine home cooking on it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it wasn't MasterChef. It was No Reservations.
With Anthony Bourdain.
With Anthony Bourdain before MasterChef, which we were watching on Netflix. And it was the episode with Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
And there was some incredible home cooking there. He's doesn't look like it's restaurant quality. Tastes amazing.
Yeah. Just looks up a risotto.
And I'm there going, that's home cooking. They're actually in the kitchen, like, putting it together, and he's explaining risotto shouldn't stand up. It should collapse on itself.
And Josh Homme's like, I like it thick. Am I just a country boy that doesn't understand?
Yeah, and I mean, that was good home cooking. And then we're watching Home Cooking Week on MasterChef. And
we have to have a warming drawer.
Yeah, you have to have your warming drawer ready to go.
I didn't know warming drawers were a thing until I started watching Bake Off in the olden days.
I just assumed that a warming drawer was you didn't know what to put in the drawer. So you're like, it's a warming drawer.
Oh no, I call that my junk drawer. It's the third
drawer from the it's the Jim Owen song. The third drawer from the top. It's full of shit. There's tons of it. And now that we've quoted Jim Owen, we should probably leave you all for now. So we will be back twice, 3 times probably over the next few days.
Yes.
We have Eurovision semi-final wrap-up coming up. Spoiler alert for you guys, once we get to it, because we've been frantic busy this week.
And I've been, like, drugged out in pain with this truth.
And yes, drugged out and in pain. So once we've watched both semi-finals, we'll be doing that, which will also preview into the final. Another spoiler alert, we're backing Italy. And
Italia,
and the Western ape is indeed dancing.
Yeah, read the translation. It makes complete sense.
If Occidentalis Karma doesn't make sense to you, please read the translation.
Yes.
Then we will be doing Bake Off. Another Bake Off, MasterChef. See what I've done? I've got Bake Off on the brain because we were making references before. Then we'll be doing MasterChef on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Then we'll also be putting out the Eurovision final wrap. Now, we won't put that out, though, until after SBS shows the replay at night. Because we know that a lot of people are not going to get up in the morning and go and watch it.
Unlike they're us, and if you do, then vote for Italy.
If you do, feel free to follow along on Twitter. I'll be at Red Dwarf 40. You'll be at Muse Madam K.
I know, I didn't realise I put 2 muses in front.
I did, because I try to tweet to you all the time, and it's really hard.
Oh, you know why? Because I had an old Muse Madam K Twitter account, and then...
We don't talk about that anymore. It's on the dark web.
Yeah.
But, so I'll be at Red Dwarf 40. You'll be at Muse Madam K.
Yeah.
We'll be tweeting about Eurovision as it goes along, so we can look out for that if you want to follow along with us there. We're always happy to interact with you on that. So we'll have the Eurovision pod will be out after the finale shown on SBS. The Bake Off, I've done it again. MasterChef. It's been a long week. My car died on the way home today.
Plus, it's like a long night.
And it was a long night because they tacked on the masterclass on the end of it.
Up late,
They tacked on masterclass.
And if you to Rose Tyler. Now, just bounce up and down on the stick of it, and taste my cream.
And if you have a look at social media, you actually get a bit of a feeling about how many people stuck around for masterclass, and the answer is not a lot. Everyone sort of vanished. So we'll do MasterChef obviously after the episode, and then we'll put the Eurovision one up after that. So you're going to hear a lot from us in the next few days. So sorry,
lucky you.
Sorry,
I'm not.
No, you're not, because you're funny.
Yeah,
you're hilarious. And on that bombshell, my name's been Chris.
My name's been Kristie,
and we'll catch you all later.
Ciao.